Hi, Namaste. Thank you so much for your interest in our training program. I will do two modules. One is basically at the very top end, high level world view. उसके बाद रोज रोज क्या होता है उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. ठीक है. पहला ये है कि सिचुएशन हैज चेंज्ड. एक जमाने का था पीपल यूज्ड टू कम टू देयर ट्रेडिशनल फैमिली ज्वेलर. They continue to come to the family jeweler for many businesses, right? Depending upon the store and the store location, the world has changed, right? The store may still be doing well, the store is having good people like you, but बहुत change हो रहा है. What is it that is changing? That we should understand, because at the end of the day, रोज रोज दाल चावल टारगेट अचीवमेंट इसके बारे में भी जरूरत है, right? So at an opportunity level, increased branded jewelry share in the market, right? बहुत साल पहले very few branded jewelry retailers were there, very few chain stores were there, right? Maybe once upon a time even you had couple of stores only. Now there's such a big chain, so such a famous chain. But along the way you have expanded as a brand. The market also has expanded. There are multiple brands from your own state, from outside, family run, so-called professionally run, so-called, it's not so-called, public limited companies. Then there are individual pockets where the local single store jeweler has become extremely big. So you're no longer just competing with my family history or my community history or the local market. There is a bigger market that is there. So is the competition and the challenge of capturing a market share from that kind of a consumer profile. Apart from this competition, big brand, higher, bigger size of the market, the customer's profile has changed. Once upon a time, maybe they would come and say, "Oh my God, I'm coming to buy from your shop, and it's such an honor, etc., etc., etc." But nowadays, including the younger consumer population which has come in, the expectations have changed, right? They are shopping not just at your place, they are shopping at multiple places. But if you actually ask them, where all do you shop? No, we are only shopping with you, could be the answer. So we think they are very loyal. But the fact of the matter is that maybe the grandmother came to you, maybe the mother came to you, but the daughter, especially, the working population in the younger consumer segment, they have moved to another town, maybe they are working somewhere else, they have seen different categories of products. So their expectation of what jewelry shopping is all about, वो भी change हो गया. Right? Generally, हमारा jewelry shop बहुत serious होता है. Right? But the younger population, right, which is the new market. I just read somewhere that some huge number of 50-60% of the India's population is less than 35 years of age. So unka expectation is very different. So the question to all of us in the business is, how are we changing to meet the new consumer expectations? ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने 10 साल से यही करके आ रहे हैं. We are continuing to saying namaste to grandmother, to grandchildren, right? The kind of welcome that we are doing, the kind of smile that we are saying, whether we are saying a namaste, whether we are saying a hi, whether we are just smiling, how do you make them comfortable? How do you make them want to buy from us, right? So that's really the opportunity, because if we are not in a position to upgrade the consumer experience or the expectations, today the world is, at least in India, it's full of 10-minute deliveries, right? Once upon a time, or during Akshay Titya, they were offering gold coins on these quick commerce sites, right? So it has moved from there. And just remember, a couple of maybe 5-7 years back, people used to stand in queues just to buy gold coin on Akshay Titya. Today also there are people doing, but the fact of the matter is there's a new competition which we will probably never think of, when a quick commerce guy is coming and saying that I'll give you gold coins on Akshay Titya. Okay, so that's the new opportunities that are coming. Are we competing? Are we not competing? Do we want to compete? Do we don't want to compete? Those are, different points. But the point is, we should be aware that a customer who would have definitely come to us to buy now has different choices. Now look at the new challenges. Like I said, It's an opportunity as well as a challenge. What is the challenge? Of course, there are multiple. Every showroom today, whichever brand we are in, has multiple competitions. There are bigger chain stores competing like to like. There are smaller chain stores. There are specialty stores, and there are new categories within the gold jewelry itself or diamond jewelry itself, which people are bringing out in the market. So there is something called a category competition. Jewelry, you can say, is the category competition. But there's also non-category competition. That is, whether it is holidaying, whether it's a mobile phone, whether it is building a house or buying a car, right? So that non-category competition also is competing for the wallet of the consumer. Consumer expectations, just I said, as much as it's an opportunity, it is also a challenge. The third or the next one is staff expectations, right? You as leaders inside the showroom, right, or even in the corporate office, right, your own expectations have changed. And how do you meet those expectations, right? Today, am I performing well? If I'm not performing well, how can I get trained? This is an excellent example of your company providing the training, right? Because the company wants to improve and you should also want to improve. ऐसा ऐसा नहीं है कि कंपनी ने बुला दिया, हमने आ गया, हमने बैठ गया 2 दिन या 1 दिन यहाँ रहेंगे, उसके बाद हम चले जाएंगे and I go back to my comfort zone, right? Those comfort zones are no longer comfortable. Or if you are in the comfort zone and it is becoming too comfortable, chances are you are being left behind because other people in your own showroom, in your competition, are doing much more to actually achieve their personal goals. And personal goals is another topic that we will take up as after we get this whole uh, world view into the system. Then self expectation, which is the personal goal ka expansion, I would say. What is your expectation for coming to the office or coming to the shop? Are you just coming in the morning, going back in the evening, whatever happens, or you are saying, okay, I have manifested that I will achieve my target. To achieve my target, this is my expectations. I am supposed to be good. I will work hard. If I don't know something, I will learn. I will ask people. Because generally, I have seen in our industry, many people don't ask for help. Right? हो गया तो हो गया, नहीं तो नहीं है, क्या करेंगे? And if the management asks you why the performance is bad, so we all have standard answers. Sir, maal nahi hai or TP customer hai. But I just can't understand with so much of stock in our showrooms, why is it that we are not in a position to consistently achieve our numbers? A last one, very interesting thing is the social media comment, right? One customer, one problem, once upon a time would be solved at the store manager level, yeah, supervisor level. But today, at the smallest level of unhappiness, earlier she would tell 10 people. The statistics is one unhappy customer will tell 10 other customers about her unhappy experience. One happy customer may not necessarily tell about her happy experience to others. But today, that one unhappy customer is reaching 100 or 200 or 300 people simply because she has this mobile phone in her hand and she can just put one post saying that, Are, humne gaya tha, and they didn't even treat me properly. They didn't show me properly. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. Whether she is right or not is not the point. The point is she has made a comment and that is being seen by a few hundred people, and that will ultimately come back to the walk-ins that you are expecting from her circle. So what I would really like to do during the full day really is to keep identifying these keywords, right? When you go and type search, right, you're all searching for some words, right? Those are called the keywords or the hashtags, right? So you must enter in your diary, in your notebook, so that you know, for example, young consumer population. Now you write down the word young consumer and go back and see what exactly is the differential expectation of this young consumer versus, let's say, the mother, right? She may want light pieces. She may want the mother to probably still give an approval to her purchase, or maybe she's just coming on her own and then she is continuing to complete the purchase. So like this, there are multiple things at the very high level. The second one that I want to share with you is really the golden hour. I'll quickly share this, and this is, any guesses on what is a golden hour? Yeah, and why is the clock in reverse? Any of you can observe and tell me. It is called the golden hour in my language because it is a countdown to purchase. And generally, between 45 minutes to 1 hour is the time a consumer spends inside our showroom. And she has every reason to just get up and walk away saying that I will think about it. Now, when she says I will think about it, it is not about she's really wanting to think. Maybe she has to ask somebody. Maybe she is not. She's not happy with the customer service that that you provided. Maybe she's not happy with the kind of range that was presented to her. Everything matters in that 1 hour. So that's why it's called as the golden hour. Now write down what are the few things that you have observed in the difference between an elderly customer and a young customer. What happens during that golden hour? Karenge na? Let's see what is it. Come, let's hear what all you have written down.